Well, welcome everyone to the game today. I'm not there. My volume's coming through. Mic check, 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 mic check. It's seeming to be delayed a little bit. Going to have a little bit of noise today. There's a lot of wind. I got a little windbreak behind me. But welcome to the broadcast. It seems as though our internet is going to stay with us and be able to work things out today. The starting lineups for today, first for the Blue Devils. Leading off at shortstop, Cole Dawson. Batting second, the second baseman, Parker Bosserman. Batting third at first base, Brendan Bard. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, Caleb Adams. Batting fifth in right field, Pablo Sanchez. Batting sixth in left field, Peyton McHarg. Batting seventh, Palmer Hutchison at third base. I'm seeing a real delay in what's coming through here. I'm not liking that real well. Camden Carlin will be behind the plate and batting eighth. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, Darius Freeman. And on the mound, Cooper Carlgren. For the Greyhounds, Sacco will lead off, batting first at third base. Batting second, Evan Long, the second baseman. Batting third, Mitchell Siegel, the designated hitter. Batting fourth, behind the plate, catching Peyton Messenger. In center field, batting fifth, Jake Skaggs. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Blake Wilson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Lewis Holt. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jeff Clark. Batting ninth, the first baseman, Matt Campbell. And on the mound, Tyler Gorman. Tyler Gorman is a hometown boy here from Fort Scott. I'm going to bet that I went to high school with his family, maybe a grandpa. You don't know, but sure could be. Welcome to the broadcast. I'll take a little break. We'll get things lined up, and we'll be ready to go here in a little bit. As you can kind of see on the screen, let me change my scoreboard so you can see the infield is being taken by the Blue Devils. As soon as they finish that, we'll get our lineups given to the umpires, and we'll be ready to start this thing here in about 10 minutes. Welcome. Have a great day. I appreciate you joining us today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Any exposure we can get in views for these young men at KCK as well as my website, I appreciate. If you're interested in donating, all the money goes to defray the cost to Coach Goldbeck and the athletic department and the baseball program. It is all paid for by fundraiser money that they've done. But you go to fortees.com and there's a donate page there. If you would like to donate, that's great. If not, just watching is great. We appreciate you all the time. We'll be back for the start of this one here in about 8 minutes. Welcome. Mic check one more time. Mic check. Okay, welcome everyone. I thought I had it figured out, but it's not a seeming so. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check, mic check. All right, everyone. For some reason, I'm a little bit delayed on my audio. We'll see how it goes. Mic check, mic check. All right, everyone, we're getting ready to go here. I'm going to restart the computer, restart everything, see if we can get this going again. I'm a little bit nervous about doing that, but I just want to make sure that we've got things right. Maybe we do. Let's do this thing. Welcome to today's broadcast. On the mound for the Greyhounds is Tyler Gorman. He's from Fort Scott. He has a 4-4 record, 3.47 ERA, and 41 2/3 innings pitched. Starting for the lineup, hitter for the Blue Devils, Dawson Bosserman Bard, Adam Sanchez McHarg, Hutchison, Carlin Freeman with Carlgren on the mound. Welcome to the contest today. We'll be back with the start of this thing briefly. All right, here we go. Cole Dawson, the shortstop, leads things off. Dawson starts the day batting .408. He'll step in to face Gorman. There's a strike called, 0-1 the count. You notice my scoreboard's a little different today. Set up in the stands is a little different than the press box. I don't have my second computer up here, so sorry about not having the other one. There's a foul ball backing out of play. 0-2 the count. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman starts the day batting .363. He'll step in to face Gorman with one out and nobody on. There's a swing and a miss, strike. Foul ball over to the left-hand side. And blows back in fair territory, taken care of by Sacco at third base for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bard. Bard starts the day batting .358. He'll step in with two outs and nobody on. So Bard, with the double into the corner, he'll be at second base for Adams. Adams will step in. Adams starts the day at .356. He'll step in with a runner at second base and two outs. There's a strike called. And another strike called. I'm going to just let you watch a little bit and keep some information. I'm going to try and get a change. My audio is being delayed a whole bunch. Can't figure out why. So Adams with the double. To drive in Bard, and we take a 1-0 lead. That's going to bring up Sanchez. Think maybe I've gotten it fixed. We'll see. Test, mic check, mic check. Test, mic check, mic check. All right, Sanchez is on with a hit by pitch. There's a swing and a miss by McHarg. McHarg starts the day batting .395. He steps in with 1 run in and runners at first and second with 2 outs. I believe I figured out my delay problem, so we'll try and keep this thing going. 1 run in on the double by Adams. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Nicely blocked by the catcher Messenger, but still gets away far enough. Safe at third base as the ball kicked away from Messenger. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs. McHarg at the plate. He's on the left-handed side. There's ball 4, miss a little bit outside, so that's going to load the bases for Hutchison. Palmer Hutchison, the third baseman, will step in. He starts the day batting .263. He'll step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Strike called. 0-1 the count. Or strike 2 called. So quickly down in the count, 0-2 is Palmer Hutchison. Adams at third, Sanchez at second, McHarg at first. There's a foul ball back to the screen. We'll do the 0-2 again. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. The Blue Devils get 1. All of that after 2 outs. We go to the bottom half of the first inning. Blue Devils scored 1. The Greyhounds coming up for their first at bat. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Cooper Carlgren will be on the mound for the Blue Devils. He has a 2-1 record, 7.39 ERA in 28 innings pitched. Behind the plate will be Camden Carlin. At third base, Hutchison. At shortstop, Dawson. Bosserman at second, Bard at first. McHarg in left, Adams in center, and Sanchez in right field. Sacco, Long, and Siegel scheduled up for the Greyhounds. Welcome to the broadcast today.
Leading off the inning, number 9, Brody Zako.
Brody Sacco is who they announced, so I've been announcing that wrong. I'll clean that up a little bit. Sacco starts the day batting .453. He will step in to lead off for the Greyhounds. Swinging at the first pitch, and that's fouled out of play. Brody Sacco at the plate. He's the third baseman. There's a strike called so quickly, 0-2 the count on him. That's up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Cooper Carlgren. Carlgren is from Auburn, Kansas, went to Washburn Rural High School. There's a line drive into center field, so a leadoff base hit right back up the middle for the Greyhounds. That's going to bring up Evan Long. Long starts the day batting .333. He'll step in with a runner at first base and nobody out for the Greyhounds. Comes the stretch and the first pitch from Carlgren, and that's fouled out of play. So both hitters for the Greyhounds have started with foul balls out of play. 0-1 the count. on Evan Long, the second baseman. There's a swing and a miss. Actually fouled into the glove of the catcher, Carlin. So quickly 0-2 the count. Runner at first base is Seiko. Strike 3 called outside corner. Evan takes a seat. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Siegel. Siegel starts the day batting .494. He'll step in on the left-handed side with one out. One out and a runner at first base. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on the designated hitter, Siegel. Strike called outside corner. The strike zone I'm seeing right now is going to be a good strike zone for the pitcher. Not saying that's bad, just saying that's the way it looks. That's a little bit high. So 1-2 the count. It makes for a faster game. It makes for getting the batters up there and swinging the bat. On a cool, overcast day in Fort Scott, Kansas at the Community College of the Greyhounds. There's a ground ball headed at Bosserman. Bosserman to Dawson. Dawson over the bar for the 4-6-3. At the end of one, Blue Devils lead 1-0. I'll be back. All right, to the top half of the second inning we go. Carlin, Freeman, and Dawson scheduled up to face Gorman. The Blue Devils picked up one in the top half of the first, 0 in the bottom half. Here we go, 2. There's a strike called right through there. Carlin starts the day batting .211. He steps in to face Gorman. Top of the second inning. That's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to the catcher, Carlin. That's low and outside. 2-0 the count. That's up high. 3-0 the count to Carlin. Carlin leading off the top half of the second inning for the Blue Devils. That's ball 4 inside. So 4 straight balls to Carlin for the walk. Back to the top of the order. And Dawson. Dawson is from Russellville, Arkansas. Not back to the top of the order. Darius Freeman. My mistake. Freeman starts the day batting .357. He steps in with a runner at first. There's a scorching ball down the right field line, but foul. Turned on that one and sent it right between Brother and the foul line down there. Brother coaching first base. Having to wait for the ball to be retrieved down to the right field corner. 0-1 the count to Freeman. That's nicely blocked by the catcher, Messenger. Sacco at third, Wilson at short, Long at second, Campbell at first. Clark, Skaggs, and Holt from left to right across the outfield with Messenger behind the plate for the Greyhounds. There's another foul ball down the first baseline. Nice play by Coach down there. 0-2 the count now. Game 3 of the 4-game set. There's a ground ball going to the first baseman. He steps on the bag for the 3 unassisted first out. Worked as good as a sacrifice bunt. He just won't get credit for it, but that's all right. He pulled the ball and got the runner to second. Now we're going to go to the top of the order with Dawson. Dawson is from Russellville, Arkansas. He struck out his first time up. He'll step in with 1 out and a runner at second base. There's a ball headed to deep left field. On the run is the left fielder, Clark. Clark makes the catch, a running catch along the line in left field. So 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman is from Oak Grove, Missouri, went to Green Valley High School. They lived in Green Valley when he graduated, but since he's been in college, the family has moved to Oak Grove. Runner at second base now with 2 outs. Here in the top of the second inning, Blue Devils leading 1-0. Bosserman popped out to there's a strike called, popped out to the third baseman. Sacco started out over near Coach Goldbeck, and the wind blew it back into fair territory. But Sacco was able to make the catch for the out. Seiko, excuse me. There's low one outside, nicely blocked again by Peyton Messenger, the catcher. Comes the stretch and the pitch from Gorman. Just misses. Two and one the count. Not getting it on the scoreboard, so having to rely on the umpire in my memory. Comes the 2-1. Way outside, so 3-1 the count on the second baseman, Bosserman. Comes the 3-1. There's a ball hit into deep left field, but going to be right at the left fielder. The left fielder, Clark, takes care of that. So at the end of 1.5, Blue Devils lead 1-0. I'll be back. All right, Carlgren back for another inning of work. Messenger, Skaggs, and Wilson scheduled up for the Greyhounds. Messenger starts the day batting .385. He'll step in to face Carlgren. Fouled that one out of play. Seiko with a base hit in the first inning, along a strikeout, and then a 4-6-3 double play by Siegel, the bottom half of the first inning. For the Greyhounds. Greyhounds now here in the bottom of the second. There's a swing and a miss, so quickly 0-2 the count on Messenger from Cooper Carlgren, righty on the mound for the Blue Devils. There's a pop-up into center field. The wind changed the trajectory of that, and Adams takes care of it. Fly out to center field does Messenger. There's two scoreboards in the outfield, and the nice new pretty one to the left is kind of partially blacked by the pole, and that's over to my left. I didn't even notice it out there. So that's going to bring up Skaggs. Skaggs will step in. Skaggs starts the day batting .352. He takes ball one high. First pitch to him. Want to know the count. Skaggs a lefty. It's a foul ball backing out of play. 1-1 the count. Skaggs the center fielder for the Greyhounds. Strike called. 1-2 the count. Blue Devils leading 1-0. Bottom of the second inning. That misses low and outside. 2-2 the count. Misses outside, so the count goes full. 1 out, full count. Skaggs at the plate. Messenger flew out to Adams in center field. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. That's going to bring up Wilson, the shortstop. Wilson starts the day batting .330. He will step in to face Carlgren here in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs and nobody on. Wilson is the shortstop. Blake Wilson. Strike called outside corner at the knees, 0-1 the count. There's a fly ball headed into deep center field. Going back is Adams. And at the wall, he puts that one away. So we go to the top of the third. The Blue Devils leading 1-0. We'll be back. All right, to the top of the third we go. Bard, Adams, and Sanchez scheduled up. Bard is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Piper High School. He'll step in to lead off the top of the third inning for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils leading 1-0. That misses a little bit high. 1-0 the count on Brendan Bard, the first baseman for KCK. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a ground ball headed to center field. Shortstop cuts it off over to first. That's going to be an infield hit. Infield hit for Bard. Bard moved down to 5th in the conference in RBI, but he's on first, and that's going to bring up Adams. Adams had an RBI double his last time up. That just misses ball 1. Adams is from Leavenworth, Kansas, went to Lansing High School. 1-0 the count on him with Bard at first and nobody out. There's a strike right through there. 1-1 the count, nobody out. Comes the 1-1. That's up high. 2-1 the count. Overcast day. The wind is blowing miserably. There's a high fly ball to left field. Jeff Clark coming in to take care of that. So a fly out to left field. Clark takes care of that. That's going to bring up Sanchez. Sanchez is from Sidra, Puerto Rico. He will step in with 1 out and a runner at first base. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Pretty good crowd here today in Fort Scott. That was way behind him. He hit him in the butt last time, hit him on the backside of his elbow that time. Coach is going to come out and dispute that. Mr. Carlin, I don't think they're going to take your and my word for it, or these girls that just showed up here. They're all wrapped up in blankets. It's that cool up there, guys. I haven't checked to see what the temperature is, but it's dang cool. I know that. So the visit to the mound is over with. It says it's 54, and it feels like 54. I call hooey on that. So McHarg will step in. He walked his last time up. McHarg is from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Fly to left center field. Coming over to take a look at that is Skaggs. Skaggs catches it, makes a throw to third. And Bard, and rightfully so, stays at second. So a fly out to center field for McHarg. That's going to bring up Palmer Hutchison. He struck out his first time up. Hutchison is from Hayes, Kansas. He'll step in with 2 outs and runners at first and second. That's in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher Messenger. Want to know the count. It's a high fly ball out into shallow right field. The second baseman, Long, is calling for that, and he takes care of it for the third out of the inning. So at the end of 2.5, the Blue Devils lead 1-0. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Colgren back for another inning of work. Holt, Clark, and Campbell scheduled up for the Greyhounds. Holt starts the day batting .371. First pitch to him is outside. For those of you not watching, he bats on the left-handed side. Comes the wind and the 1-0. That's down low. So 2-0 the count. Corrigan righty on the mound. There's a strike right through there. 2-1 the count. From left to right across the infield, Hutchison, Dawson, Bosserman, Bard. The outfield left to right, McHarg, Adams, and Sanchez, with Carlin behind the plate. That's up high, 3-1 the count. That's up high for ball 4. So the leadoff walk issued to the number 7 hitter. That's going to bring up Jeff Clark. Clark is the left fielder. Clark starts the day batting .339. He'll step in with a runner at first base and nobody out. There's a strike right through there. Blue Devils 1 run on 3 hits. The Greyhounds no runs on 1 hit. Neither team with an error so far. 0-1 the count on Clark. There's a foul ball back and over the canopy that we're all sitting under. I'm not sure the canopy being rolled back might make it a little warmer in here. 0-2 the count now. Way up high. 1-2 the count. Carlin had to go up high to get that one to keep it from going back to the screen. Nobody out. Runner at first. 1-2 the count on Clark. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. Strikeout of Clark for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Campbell. Campbell starts the day batting .310. He is a tall first baseman for the Greyhounds. 6'5". first baseman. That's outside and high for ball one. 1-0 the count. On the number 9 hitter, Matt Campbell, the first baseman. The high fly ball, that's going to get out of play over behind the storage shed of all the equipment down the left field line, but out of play. 1-1 the count now. Way up high, 2-1 the count. Two balls, one strike, one out. Carlgren in his third inning of work. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch, so 2 balls, 2 strikes on Campbell. There's a swing and a miss for back-to-back strikeouts. So back to the top of the order for.
Number 9, Brody Zako.
That's going to bring up Seiko. Seiko is from Magnolia, Texas. He'll step in with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Blue Devils leading 1-0 here in the bottom half of the third inning. That's way outside, 1-0 the count. Outside in the dirt, blocked nicely by Carlin to keep the runner at first. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. There's a ball headed into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Going to third is Holt. He's going to be over there and safe. So Seiko with the base hit to right field moves the runner to third with 2 outs. So he has a 2-hit game after 2 at-bats. That's going to bring up Evan Long. Long is from Nixa, Missouri. He will step in with runners at the corners for the Greyhounds to face Cooper Carlgren. Try and get his Greyhounds on the board. Carlgren trying to get into the dugout with the 0 still on the board for the Greyhounds. We'll see how that goes. There's a pump up high on the infield. Bard is going to take that for the out. So at the end of 3 full innings, the Blue Devils lead 1-0. We'll be back. All right, to the top of the fourth we go. Carlin, Freeman, and Dawson scheduled up. Carlin is from Lawrence, Kansas, went to Lawrence Free State High School. He walked his first time up. He'll step in as he leads off here in the fourth. That's outside ball one. Want to know the count on the catcher, Cooper Carlin? Did I just say Cooper? Not right. Camden Carlin, and he is hit by a pitch. That's going to bring up Freeman. Freeman grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Freeman is from Kansas City, Kansas, went to Shawnee Mission Northwest. He'll step in with nobody out and a runner at first. There's a deep fly ball to right field. If that stays fair, it's trouble, but it's a foul ball. Just a little bit too far ahead of that one. So a long, loud strike was that swing by Darius Freeman, the designated hitter. On one the count. Strike two, outside corner at the knees, called strike. So down in the count now is Freeman 0-2. Runner at first, nobody out, 0-2 the count. There's a ball, he took a little off of it, pulled it down the right field line. The only score of the game so far was in the top of the first inning by the Blue Devils. Empty frames from there forward. And that's where we stand right now, 1-0. There's just got a piece of the ball and just could not quite hang on to it. Could Messenger show new life. Almost fouled it right into the glove. But nonetheless, 0-2 the count. Carlin at first. There's a foul ball back and just barely cleared the screen. So we'll do the 0-2 again. Gorman on the mound. There's another foul ball back to the screen. Gorman, a hometown boy. Another foul ball backing out of play. So Freeman with the 1-2 count, and since the 1-2 count has fouled 3 back and spoiled the strikeout. So we'll do the 0-2 again. There's a high fly ball headed into deep center field to right center, and that ball's out of here for the 2-run home run for Darius Freeman. So that makes it 3-0. So back to the top of the order, and Dawson will step in with nobody out and nobody out. He struck out and flew out to left field. There's a foul ball backing out of play. 0-1 to count on the shortstop, Cole Dawson. Just misses a little. Two and one the count after that miss. That's down low, 3-1. Dawson with 9 stolen bases on the year. He is only Caleb Adams has more stolen bases, so it'd be nice to get him on here. There's ball 4. So that's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman has popped out to the third baseman and flew out to the left fielder. That's way outside. 1-0 the count on the second baseman, Bosserman. That's up high. Bounced off the glove, a little bit of messenger, but not far enough for Dawson to move up. See, we got a few new listeners / watchers in. We appreciate you. That's outside. So 3-0 the count on the second baseman, Parker Bosserman. Want to remind everyone, if you have not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. It helps the channel. It gets more views for more people to see it. There's a strike called 3-1 the count. Anyone that would like to make a donation, it goes straight to the broadcast. And it is all paid for by the athletic department. There's a ground ball headed into left field. The hit and run was on, and safe into third is Dawson. So Bosserman with a base hit to left field. But if you go to 4Ts.com, there's ways to donate there, and that money will go toward the broadcast that Coach Golbeck and the baseball team fundraiser, as well as the athletic department, pays for all of that. So back to the contest. Bard has a double and a single so far, and he's up there with runners at first and third. I said he had dropped to 5th place. He had been in 3rd place on both sides, the east and the west. That's high and inside. He's been running at 3rd, so to help his cause for the RBI lead in the conference, both east and west, if he could get something on the outfield grass here. That must have missed a little bit low. I thought that looked pretty good. Good pitch for him to lay off of, though. 2-0 the count. Blue Devils 3 runs on 5 hits. Hit by a pitch and then a home run by Freeman to start off this inning. Greyhounds with no runs on 2 hits. There's a foul ball back to the screen, so 2-1 the count. The sun would like to peek through, overcast. Those of us sitting in these covered bleachers would sure like to have the sun peek through. Comes the 2-1. That's way outside. So 3-1 the count on Bard. There's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. So an RBI hit for Bard. It's going to make it 4-0. We'll get a visit to the mound. We'll see if any changes are made. If they are, we'll get those changes for you. We'll be back. All right, no change being made at this time, so that's going to bring up Adams. Adams had an RBI base hit in the first and flew out to left field in the third. He'll step in with runners at first and second. Still nobody out. The Blue Devils leading 4-0 now. Squared to bunt. That's going to be foul down the third baseline. Owen won the count. Caleb Adams, the center fielder. Squares to bunt, going to throw behind the runner, and that's going to go into the outfield. So that ball bounced off, was thrown, could not be contained. So the runners moved to second and third as the ball gets away from the shortstop as they threw behind. The runner at second. So 0-2 the count on Adams. Runners now at second and third. That's outside. Nice block by Peyton Messenger, the catcher for the Greyhounds. There's a swing and a miss for the strikeout. To first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Sanchez. Sanchez has been hit by a pitch twice, once on the left gluteus and once on the back elbow on a ball that went behind him. Runners at second and third, one out here in Fort Scott, Kansas, just 27 miles from my hometown of Mound City, Kansas. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count on Sanchez, the right fielder for the Blue Devils. Foul ball out of play. So quickly 0-2 the count. The facility here at Fort Scott's been added to nicely. Infield and outfield is the artificial turf. Have a batting cage area that's going on over here behind the third base dugout. There's a swing and a miss for the second strikeout. That's going to bring up McHarg. They have new wireless here. They've got a live stream going as well, just no audio with it. That's going to bring up McHarg. He's walked and flew out to center field. Got a nice hitting facility over on the first base side. There's a high fly ball headed into right field. And that's going to be taken care of by the center fielder, though, Skaggs. So Skaggs takes care of that one. The Blue Devils with 3 runs in the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Blue Devils leading 4-0. We'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Blue Devils lead 4-0. Carlgren back to the mound for another inning of work. Siegel, Messenger, and Skaggs scheduled up for the Greyhounds. Siegel is from Frisco, Texas. He takes outside ball one. He struck out. No, he did not. He hit into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. That misses a little bit low. 2-0 the count on Mitchell Siegel, the designated hitter, here in this first game for the Greyhounds. That misses outside. 3-0. See if he can battle back here and throw some strikes. You hate to walk that leadoff hitter. There's ball 4. That's going to bring up Messenger. Messenger is from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He'll step in with a runner at first base. He flew out to center field his first time up. He'll step in and face Carlgren. Runner at first is Siegel after the leadoff walk. That's up high. 1-0 the count. Blue Devils with 1 in the first, 3 in the fourth on 6 hits. The Greyhounds still looking to plate their first run. They have 2 hits. Carlin out to visit with Carlgren. Visit to the mound is over. Messenger back in the box. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Leadoff walk issued to Mitchell Siegel, the designated hitter. Foul ball backing out of play. 1-2 the count. Comes the stretch and the 1-2 from Carlgren. There's a little nubber right out in front of the plate, out to the side of the pitcher, and the pitcher chooses to go to first with it for the 1-3 ground out. Probably had a chance to go to second, but the safest out was there. That's going to bring up Skaggs. Skaggs will step in with 1 out and 1 on. Skaggs is from Walnut Grove, Missouri. Steps in on the left-handed side. There's a ball, gets away from Carlin. So Siegel moves to third base on the pass ball. One and 0 the count. It's a ground ball headed down to first. Bard grabs it, but it was foul. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Skaggs at the plate, the center fielder. That's inside. 2-1 the count. It's a high fly ball out behind third base. Blows back toward the shortstop, and that's taken care of by Cole Dawson. Out into shallow left field.
Number 11, Blake Wilson.
So 2 outs now. That's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson is from Castle Pines, Colorado. He's the shortstop. He'll step in with 2 outs and a runner at third. He flew out to center field his first time up. Stayed up just a little bit high. 1-0 the count. One and 0 the count. 2 outs. Runner at third. Runner at third is Siegel. He had a leadoff walk. There's a ball just got underneath the catcher. Bounced away a bit, but Siegel decided to stick at third. Probably a good choice. Didn't go that far, and Carlgren was on his way to cover. 2-0 the count now. There's a strike called at the waist outside corner. So 2-1 the count with 2 outs now. Stays inside and low, so 3-1 the count. Carlgren in his 4th inning of work. Strike called. Outside corner at the knees. Nice placement of that fastball. 3-2 the count. Blue Devils leading 4-0. Bottom of the 4th inning action. That's down low and inside for ball 4. So a base on balls to Wilson. That's going to bring up Holt. Holt is from Mililani, Hawaii. Mililani, I believe it's pronounced. He will step in on the left-handed side, 2 outs. Runners at the corner, Siegel at third. Wilson at first. We've had a base on balls, a ground back to the pitcher, a pop out to the shortstop, and another walk. That's low and outside. 1-0 the count. Nicely blocked by Carlin to keep that runner at first and the runner at third. 1-0 the count. There's a swing and a miss of that fastball. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a foul ball backing out of play, so 1-2 the count. Greyhounds with the runner at third would be their first run. They're trying to get plated. Carlgren trying to get the Blue Devils back into the dugout with the goose egg still intact. There's a swing and a miss for the strike and for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs on no hits there for the Greyhounds. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Remember, the first game is a scheduled 5-inning game. The second game is a 9. The Blue Devils took the first 2 games on Thursday at KCK. The first game 11-8 in 7 innings. And then the second game they took it 18-12 in 9 innings. We go to the top of the 5th. Blue Devils leading 4-0. We'll be back. All right, Palmer Hutchison steps in. He's struck out, squares to bunt, pulls back, takes ball one. Struck out his first time up and popped out to the second baseman in shallow right field. His second time up, there's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out as the third baseman, Palmer Hutchison, leads off the top half of the 5th inning for the Blue Devils. Foul ball backing out of play. Nice job of fouling that one away to stay away from the strikeout by umpire. A little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Palmer Hutchison, the third baseman. Just misses a little bit. Looked pretty good to me. 3-2 the count now. It's a ground ball headed up the middle. Shortstop Wilson comes over, grabs it, and over to Campbell for the 6-3 ground out. It's going to bring up Camden Carlin. Carlin has walked and been hit by a pitch. He'll step in with 1 out and nobody on. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. Breaking pitch right through there, strike called. 0-1 the count. It's outside in the dirt. Backhanded by Messenger. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Camden Carlin, the Blue Devils catcher of the first game. It's a high fly ball to shallow left field. Shortstop is going out to take care of that. So Wilson out into shallow left, out by the line for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Freeman. Freeman grounded out to the first baseman in the second inning and had a 2-run home run in the 4th inning. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. Low and inside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. Gorman on for his 5th inning of work for the Greyhounds. That ball misses a little bit low, so 2-0 the count to the designated hitter, Darius Freeman. There's ball 3. 3-0 the count. Hutchison with the 6-3 ground out. Carlin with the fly out to the shortstop in shallow left. There's a strike right through there. 3-1 the count now on Darius Freeman. It's a foul ball. Out in front of that, dribbled a little ground ball down to first base. 3-2 the count. It's a high fly ball to left field. Over underneath that is Clark, and Clark takes care of it for the third out of the inning. No runs on, no hits here in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Devils leading 4-0. I'll be back. To the bottom of the fifth we go. Carlgren Black back for another inning of work.
Number 8, Jeff Clark.
Clark, Campbell, and Seiko scheduled up for the Greyhounds. Clark struck out his first time up. There's a strike on the outside corner. Clark is from Irving, Texas. He steps in to lead off the bottom of the fifth for the Greyhounds. 0-1 the count. That's high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to the left fielder, Jeff Clark. Strike, outside. Little anticipation, and I was wrong there. 2-1 the count. There's a little blooper out into left field, so a leadoff base hit to left field. That's going to bring up Matt Campbell. Campbell is from Fort Scott, Kansas. He is the first baseman. He'll step in. He struck out his first time up. He'll step in with nobody out and a runner at first base after the base hit to left field by Matt Campbell. Misses just a little bit outside, 1-0 the count. A foul ball backing out of play. So 1-1 the count now. Comes to stretch in the 1-1. It's high and inside. 2-1 the count. A little bit high. Looked like a real good spot, but came over the top of the zone a bit. 3-1 the count. It's a swing and a miss. So 3-2 the count. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Clark at first base after the leadoff base hit. It's a foul ball. I think that's going to get out of play. And it just does. Bard comes all the way down from third base to take a look at it to kind of help Carlin out. So we'll do the 3-2 again. There's a throw over to first base. One hop that thing over to Bard. Bard picks it out. There's ball 4, just a little bit low. So back to the top of the order, and Brody Seiko, the third baseman. Seiko has a couple of base hits, one to center field and one to right field. We're going to get a visit to the mound. Not sure about a change here. We'll take a break. If there's a change, we'll get that information to you. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, the visit to the mound is over with. Carlgren will stay in. Back to the top of the order with Seiko. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Greyhounds threatening here in the bottom of the fifth. There's a nice block by Carlin. Palmer Hutchison in a couple of steps inside the grass. He starts out right even with it, and then we'll creep in a couple of steps on the pitch. We'll see if he does it again. That's up high for ball two. So you have to feel like that this could be the last hitter if he walks this one. There's a high fly ball into center field, and Dawson all the way out to take care of it. Adams could not find it. So a fly out to center field, but taken care of by Dawson at shortstop for the first out. That's going to bring up Evan Long. He's the second baseman. He was called out on strikes in the first. In the third, he popped out to Bard at first base. So now a hard hit ball right at an infielder could get Carlgren out of this mess. One out now with two on. There's a strike right through there, outside corner at the knees. 0-1 the count, one out. Blue Devils 4 runs on 6 hits. The Greyhounds no runs on 3 hits. Neither team with an error yet. That just drops a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Greyhounds looking for their first run. In scoring position at second is Clark. He led off the inning with a base hit. Then Campbell followed up with a walk. There's a ball to deep left field. Going back, that's going to be a 3-run bomb by Evan Long. So that's going to one swing of the bat make it a 4-3 game with just 1 out. So that's going to get the pitching change made. We will get that information. We're in the bottom of the fifth. 3-run home run to make it a 4-3 contest. Pitching change made. We'll be back. All right, coming on to pitch for the Blue Devils, Hunter Cachero. He is from Shawnee, Kansas, went to St. James Academy. Cachero's numbers 1.45 ERA, 2 wins, 1 loss in 18 2/3 of an inning pitched. He'll face Siegel. Siegel will step in with nobody on base and 1 out. There's a strike right through there. Siegel hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the first and walked in the fourth. Misses just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So the Blue Devils led by 4. Now they lead by 1. There's a foul ball backing out of play, 1-2. The 3-run home run by Evan Long had a base hit by Clark Campbell with a walk. Then a fly out, and then the 3-run home run. That missed just a bit. That was a pretty good pitch right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. As the ball headed down the left field line, that's going to be out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting designated hitter Mitchell Siegel. It's a ground ball headed to short but picked off by Hutchison over to Bard for the 5-3 ground out of Siegel. That's going to bring up Messenger. Messenger, the catcher. He flew out to center field in the second and then grounded back to the pitcher in the fourth. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on, but 3 in so far in this inning to cut the deficit they had of 4 to now just 1. That misses a little bit low. So 4-3 the score. The Greyhounds have put up a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 5th to cut the lead to 1. That misses a little bit low again. Almost the exact same pitch. Comes the 2-0. Ball 3. 3 pitches down low to Peyton Messenger, the catcher. He's the cleanup hitter today. There's a strike right through there. 3-1 the count. That's ball 4 down low. It's going to bring up Skaggs, the center fielder. Skaggs has been out on a strikeout and a pop out to the shortstop Dawson. Strikeout in the second, pop out in the fourth. He'll step in with a runner at first base and 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss of that first pitch. Oh, and 1 the count. The fly ball into right center, going back to the fence, and that is a 2-run home run to put the Greyhounds up by 1 on the home run by Skaggs. Made an effort, did Caleb Adams, of bringing that one back, but just over his leaping glove at the wall. So the 2-run home run puts the Greyhounds up by 1. So that's going to bring up
number 11, Blake Wilson.
That's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson's been out on a fly to center field and walked. He will step in with nobody on and nobody out. A 5-4 lead now There's a strike called, bottom part of the zone, 0-1 the count. So the Blue Devils with 1 in the first, 3 in the fourth, and 5 now for the Greyhounds in the 5th inning. There's a foul ball. So 0-2 the count. On Blake Wilson, the shortstop. So a 3-run home run and a 2-run home run in the inning. There was a swing and a miss. So a 3-run home run, a 2-run home run, both walks involved with those, but a 5-4 lead as we go to the top of the 6th. Remember, 7-inning scheduled game. Blue Devils come into the top of the 6th, trailing by 1. I'll be back. Alex Johnson comes in to pitch for the Greyhounds. Johnson is from Frisco, Texas. He has an 8.3 run ERA, 8 2/3 innings of work. Dawson, Bosherman, Bard scheduled up for the Blue Devils. There's a check swing, ball going to be fouled down to first base. Dawson has been out on a strikeout, a fly to left field, and walked. 0 for 2 on the day so far. New righty on the mound, Alex Johnson. 0-1 the count. That's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Gorman goes 5 innings. It's outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Bosherman and Bard scheduled up after Dawson. Dawson the shortstop. Bosherman the second baseman. Bard the first baseman. Swing and a miss of that pitch. So 2-2 the count on Cole Dawson. Want to remind everyone, if you have not subscribed, please do so. It helps to get more views, to get a look-see for these Blue Devils as well as 4T's website, and we appreciate that. If you want to make a donation, go to 4ts.com. There's several different ways to donate. That money goes to defray the cost of the broadcast for Coach Goldbeck and the baseball department and the athletic department. There's a high fly ball into shallow left field. Going out and calling for that is Wilson, and Wilson, the shortstop, takes care of that for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Bosserman. Bosserman is popped out to the third baseman, popped out on a fly to left field, and then had a base hit to left field. He'll step in with one out, nobody on. Fouls that first pitch away. It's going to get out of play. 0-1 the count on the second baseman, Parker Bosserman. Clouds in the west are breaking up, but the ones above us are still keeping the sun covered up a little bit. The ball's in the dirt, and is ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils trailing by 1 after the 5 spot put up in the bottom of the 5th by the Greyhounds. There's a high fly ball into shallow left field. The shortstop, Wilson, calls for it, and he takes care of back-to-back pop-outs out into shallow left field. So that's going to bring up Bard. Bard has a double, a single, and a RBI single, so 3 for 3 on the day. We're going to get a visit to the mound. We're going to get a pitching change, it looks like. We will get those changes and be back with you. Blue Devils trailing by 1 as they bat here in the top of the 6th. 7-inning scheduled game. We'll be back. All right, number 28, Austin Neal comes in. Neal is from Claremore, Oklahoma. He's going to face Bard. Bard has 3 base hits, as I mentioned before the change. Side armor, that misses outside 1-0. Neal is from Claremore, Oklahoma. That ball's way back behind the batter. Neal has a 2.65 ERA, 17 innings of pitch. 17 innings pitched. It's way up high, so 3-0 the count to Bard. Blue Devils trail by 1, 5-4. Blue Devils 4 runs on 6 hits. Greyhounds 5 runs on 4 hits. Here comes the 3-0. That's inside. So a base on balls issued to Bard. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams has an RBI double, a fly out to left field, and a strikeout. He'll step in with 2 outs. Bard at first base. Breaking pitch swept right across home plate for strike called. 0-1 the count. Comes the 0-1. That one breaks outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning action. Blue Devils trail by 1. High fly ball into right field. Coming in to take care of that is Holt. And Holt catches that one. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Blue Devils trail by 1. We'll be back. All right, to the bottom half of the 6th. Blue Devils trail by 1. Swing and a miss by Lewis Holt, the right fielder. He walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th. 0-1 the count on him as he leads off the bottom of the 6th. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike as Holt leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Greyhounds. That's in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Holt, the right fielder. The high fly ball going to be out of play down the left field line. Two and two the count. Looked like a swing, but didn't do. 3-2 the count. That was one of those little full swings, half swings I didn't mean to and wasn't seen. There's a high fly ball fouled out of play. You check that one if you have 3 umpires or 4 and you've got one down the third baseline, but first base umpire can't help you with that left-handed hitter. There's a high chopper. Bosserman's going to grab it, and he's going to be safe. That's going to be an infield hit for Holt. That's going to bring up Clark. Clark struck out and had a base hit to left field in his 2 attempts today. He'll step in with a runner at first and nobody out. There's a throw back over to first. Nothing going on over there. Another throw over there. One hopper scooped by Bard. Squares to bunt and pulls back for high and outside ball 1. Hutchison was in on the grass. Squares to bunt. Hutchison is going to go down to Bard at first, so the sack bunt by Clark. That's going to bring up Matt Campbell. Campbell, the first baseman, he struck out his first time up in the 3rd. He reached on a base on balls in the 5th inning. He bats now here in the 6th with a runner in scoring position and 1 out after that sack bunt by Jeff Clark. It's up high. Cachero back for another inning of work. There's a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count now on Clark. Comes the stretch and the pitch from Cachero. Fouls that one back and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. Greyhounds lead by 1. Bottom of the 6th. Strike 3 called. So back to the top of the order and Seiko. Seiko has 2 base hits and a pop out to the shortstop, Dawson. He will step in with 2 outs now and a runner at second base. Holt with a leadoff walk was sacrificed over to second by Clark. Then the punch out by Campbell, that just misses 1-0 the count. 1 in the first, 3 in the 4th for the Blue Devils for a total of 4. 5 in the bottom of the 5th for the Greyhounds to take a 5-4 lead. 1-0 the count. Blue Devils took the first 2 games at KCK, the first one 11-8 in 7 innings. This was on Thursday, and then 18-12 in the 9-inning affair. The 4-game series played at one side on Thursday, then the other side on Saturday. First game of 7, the second game of 9. There's a strike called on the outside corner. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Both teams with 6 hits. But the Greyhounds with one more run, 5-4, than the Blue Devils. There's a foul ball backing out of play. So 1-2 the count. Comes the stretch and the 1-2. Misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's a ground ball headed at Bosserman. Bosserman's up with it and over to Bard. So no runs on 1 hit in the inning for the Greyhounds. We go to the top of the 7th. Blue Devils need 1 to keep this thing going or 2 to go ahead. We'll be back. Top of the 7th we go. 7-inning scheduled game. Sanchez, McHarg, and Hutchison scheduled up for the Blue Devils. Sanchez has been hit by a pitch twice and struck out in his 3 attempts. He leads off the top of the 2nd, and curveball starts out right at him. He turns his shoulder to get hit, and the ball breaks back across the plate for strike 1 called. That's outside. Austin Neal on in relief, a side armor from Claremore, Oklahoma. Seiko Wilson, Lone Campbell from left to right across the infield. Clark, Skaggs, and Holt across the outfield with Messenger behind the plate. 2-1 the count. On the right fielder, Sanchez. There's another strike where he thought it was going to hit him and it broke back across the plate. So 2-2 the count now. That's way outside. 3-2 the count on the leadoff hitter for the Blue Devils here in the top of the 7th. They need 1 to keep this thing going. There's a foul ball. So we'll do the 3-2 again. That curveball that was about to do the same, he lined it down the left field line, foul. So we'll do the 3-2 again. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Comes the 3-2. Another foul ball. So now we'll have the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Sanchez, the right fielder, leading off here for the Blue Devils in the top of the 7th. Blue Devils need 1 to at least tie. There's a ball hit, and the second baseman, Long, is going to take care of that. Over to Campbell, just by the glove of the pitcher, Neal. But a 4-3 ground out for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up McHarg. McHarg has a base on balls, a fly out, and then I failed to get how he made out his third at bat in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He'll step in with 1 out, nobody on. There's a strike right through there. 0-1 the count. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils trailing by 1. Outside, back toward the screen, ball. Two balls and a strike. There's a hit by pitch. So the tying run is on. That's going to bring up Hutchison. He is struck out, popped out into shallow right field, and grounded out to the shortstop. He'll step in with 1 out and a runner at first base in McHarg. 1 out. Strike breaking pitch started out in the middle, then broke across the edge of the plate. Looked outside the most, but ruled a strike. 0-1 the count. That one breaks outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Blue Devils trailing by 1. Little visit down with Coach Goldbeck was Palmer Hutchison. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That's up high. 2-1 the count now. Coach Goldbeck threw some signs down at third. 2-1. Strike started out inside. Catches the inside corner, so says the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pop up down toward the first base and going to be just barely out of reach of the first baseman, Campbell. Campbell's 6'5" down there, could not quite reach it. It looked like he was going to maybe have a chance. But another pitch to be seen by the third baseman, Hutchison. 2-2, 1 out. Another foul ball back and out of play. We'll do the 2-2 again. Way outside, so 3-2 the count. The wind blowing out toward right or right center. The flags, don't know if you can see them, are blowing mostly out. There's ball 4 inside. So Hutchison fouls off a couple of 2-2 counts. That's going to bring up a pinch hitter for the Blue Devils. Braden Vauder from Topeka, Kansas, went to Seaman High School. We're going to get a pinch runner at second base. The pinch runner is Lee Allen Jr. So Vauder will step in on the left-handed side, 1 out. Tying run is at second base. Vauder starts the day batting .288. Strike called outside corner. Austin Neal, side armor in relief for the Greyhounds. Lee Allen Jr. pinch running at second base. Palmer Hutchison at first. Strike called, another pitch just catches the outside corner, much to the dismay of a lot of the KCK fans. So in tied on the plate now is Vauder. Braden Vauder, left-hander at the plate. Way outside. 1-2 the count. Comes the stretch and the 1-2 from Neal. It's a high fly ball deep to right center, and that is a 3-run home run by Braden Vauder to keep this game going, and a 2-run lead with the bomb. Pinch hit home run by Braden Vauder to put the Blue Devils up 7-5. There's a strike on the outside corner. Darius Freeman, he's grounded out, has a 2-run home run and flew out to left field. Blue Devils now with a 7-5 lead as they put up a 3-spot here in the top of the 7th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So a ground out, a hit by a pitch, then a walk. And then a pinch hit, 3-run home run by Braden Vauder. There's strike 2 outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the designated hitter, Darius Freeman. That's a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out now. Blue Devils with that home run take the 7-5 lead. They've got 7 hits. Greyhounds 5 runs on 6 hits. It's a foul ball headed down the left field line and falls to the turf out there. Could not corral that. Was Seiko. Comes the 2-2. That's outside. So 3-2 the count. Blue Devils trailed by 1 coming into the top of the 7th. 3-run home run puts them up by 2. There's a ball outside, so a 1-out walk. Back to the top of the order. And Cole Dawson. Dawson's been out on a strikeout, a fly out, a walk, and a pop out to the shortstop. He'll step in with a runner at first base. 1 out to face Neal. Ball's inside. 1-0 the count. Runner goes and is going to be safe with the stolen base. So Freeman with the stolen base. 2-0 the count. Nope, 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-on. Dawson, the shortstop, at the plate. There's a hard hit ground ball at the third baseman, and the third baseman, Seiko, pulls the first baseman, Campbell, off, so that's going to be an error on the third baseman. So runners now first and second for Bosserman. Bosserman's been out in the air 3 times and has had a base hit to left field, so for 1 for 4 so far on the day. He'll face Austin Neal for the first time. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count. There's a strike right through there. I believe that's 0-1. There's a ball headed down to right field. That's going to be taken care of by Holt, and Freeman moves to third. So that's going to bring up Bard. Bard will step in. Bard perfect on the day. He has a double, 2 base hits, and a walk. 1 RBI and all of that. So 3 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. 2 outs now. Runners at the corners for the Blue Devils. They've scored 3 on the 3-run pinch hit home run by Braden Vaughter. Runner goes high, pop up right straight up. Catcher didn't think that it was going to stay in and went out. Had run over the umpire to try and get back there, couldn't get to it, so 0-1 the count. 0-1 the count on Brendan Bard. Bard with an opportunity here to get another insurance run if he can get on. Runner goes again. They're going to fake the throw. Owen to the count. 2 outs. 2-run lead for the Blue Devils. Outside. 1-2 the count. One and two the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Freeman at third. Dawson at second. That's outside, so 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-run lead by the Blue Devils as they bat here in the top of the 7th inning. This first game is a 7-inning scheduled game. Nice crowd on the hand here at Fort Scott. There's ball 3. Ball 2. Thought it was already ball 2. Yes, it is 3-2. 3-2 is the count. Scoreboard shows 1-2. Hope everybody's paying attention to that. There's a fly ball headed into left field. That's going to be a base hit. 2 runs in on the double by Bard. So Bard gets 2 more RBI on the double to left field. That's going to make it a 9-5 game. So the Blue Devils have put up a 5 spot of their own to take the 9-5 lead. That's going to bring up Adams. Adams has had an RBI double, a strikeout, and a couple of flyouts. There's a strike outside corner. There's a strike, starts out way inside, comes back across the plate. I believe the count is 0-2. The scoreboard shows now 1-1. There's a line drive headed into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Going to send Bard home, and Bard is going to be in on the double by Adams. So an RBI to Adams is going to make it a 10-9 affair. So that's going to bring up Sanchez. Blue Devils have batted around here in the inning. It's a foul ball. Owen won the count. A foul ball backing out of play. 0-2 the count on the right fielder, Pablo Sanchez. He's been hit by a pitch twice, struck out and grounded out to the second baseman. 10-5 lead now for the Blue Devils. There's a ball headed into right field and deep. That's going to be taken care of by Holt. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Blue Devils get a 3-run home run to put them up, and then a couple of runs after that. They go 10-5 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back. All right, Buffington comes in to catch after the pinch hit. And then Darius Freeman into left field are 2 changes after the pinch run and the pinch hit. But the pinch hit home run by Vaughter was a 3-run home run. Evan Long, Siegel, and Messenger scheduled up. There's a 1 and 2 that count. Cachero back in for another inning of work. There's a ground ball off of Hutchison. That's going to be ruled a hit. It was on him right now over to Dawson, and Dawson couldn't get there in time, so that's a base hit by Long. So that's going to bring up Siegel. Siegel's grounded into a double play, been out on a ground out to the third baseman and walked. There's a strike called on the outside corner. There's a strike right through there. Now the scoreboard shows 1-1, but I believe, there we go, changed it to 0-2. Comes the 0-2. That's up high. Snap throw down to first. Back in safely is Evan Long. Long with the base hit. To lead off the bottom of the 7th, there's a foul ball back into the screen. 1-2 the count on the designated hitter, Mitchell Siegel. Comes the 1-2. There's a ball headed down the left field line. That's foul. So we'll do the 1-2 again. One and two. There's a hit by a pitch. Hit his back foot on a ball breaking in on the left-hander.
Now batting, number 2, Peyton Messenger.
That's going to bring up Messenger. Messenger's been out on a fly to center field. Ground ball back to the pitcher and walked. He'll be up there with going to have a pinch runner for Fort Scott. Number 10. Actually, I can't see that number, and we already have a 10 in the game. Might be 18. 18 would be Stuart Smith from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, if that's an 18 pinch running at first base. That's just a little bit low, so 2-0 the count on Messenger. Two and 0 the count. Blue Devils with a 10-5 lead. There's a ground ball into left field. Going to hold him up at third because they need a bunch. So now the bases are loaded with nobody out. That's going to bring up Skaggs. Skaggs has struck out, popped out, and had a 2-run home run. Going to get another pinch runner. Pinch runner at first is going to be Sam Stroth from Fort Scott. So Stroth will be the pinch runner at first for Messenger. Pinch runner. There's a strike right through there, 0-1 the count. So the bases are loaded for the Greyhounds here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a 7-inning scheduled game. There's a swing and a miss. So 0-2 the count. Remember, the first game of the doubleheader is a 7. The second one is a 9. Skaggs already has a 2-run home run. He's down 0-2 in the count. There's a ground ball at Dawson. Dawson to Bosserman and safe at first base. So 1 run will score on the 6-4 fielder's choice to make it 10-6.
Now batting, number 11, Blake Wilson.
So that is going to make it, whoops, I put the wrong number up there. I need to make that a 6, not an 8. So 10-6 now with runners at first and third. And that's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson's been out on a fly to center field, a walk and a strikeout. 1 out now. That ball's a little bit low for ball 1. Pinch runners now at first and third. That's up high for ball 2. Pinch runner at third is Grant Jones. Their numbers. There's a line drive, going to be a base hit, going to score another run. So a base hit by Wilson to score another one. Going to get a visit to the mound with the score 10-7 now, with just 1 out, runners at first and second. We'll see if we're going to get a change. We'll see if that change comes about We will get that information and be back. We'll take a break. So Lewis Holt will now bat. We've got another pinch runner at first. 1 out. Cachero stays in the game. Foul ball into the glove for strike 1. So the tying run is at the plate in Holt. That ball hits him, so be hit by a pitch to load it up. So the bases are now loaded.
Number 8, Jeff Clark.
The tying run is at third. The winning run is at the plate. Jeff Clark, the left fielder, he struck out, had a base hit, and a sac bunt. He represents the winning run with 1 out. That misses outside, 1-0. So 10-7 the lead, both teams with 9 hits. The Hounds with an error. The high fly ball down the left field line, that's going to be foul. One ball, one strike, 1 out. Comes the 1-1. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. Big pitch right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases are full of Greyhounds. Tying run at first. The winning run at the plate. That's outside. 2-2 the count. Hunter Cachero trying to end this one. 1 down. It's outside, ball 3. So 3-2 the count now with 1 out. Bases full of Greyhounds. There's a line drive headed into center field. That's going to get past Adams. There's 1 run in. There's 2 runs in. And 3 runs to tie it up. And the winning run is at third base. Adams tried to make the play on that ball, and when it hit the turf, it headed for the wall. So emptying the bases with that hit is going to tie it at 10. So all tied up with just 1 out.
Number 17, Matt Campbell.
And that's going to bring up Campbell. Campbell, the first baseman, he's struck out, walked, and called out on strikes. So 0 for 2 on the day. So we're all tied up at 10. There's a swing and a miss of that first pitch. Matt Campbell, the first baseman, with a chance to walk this thing off. Cachero needing 2 outs. to send it into extra, and there's another swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. So the winning run at third base. And there's a ball, cue ball down to first and stepping on the base. In a 3 unassisted for the second out, and the run could not score. So now there's 2 outs. Back to the top of the order in Brady Seiko. Brady Seiko has a couple of hits, a pop out to the shortstop and a ground out, so he's been consistent up the middle or pull. 2 outs now. That's up high. 1-0 the count. Comes the 1-0 from Cachero. Foul back and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs now. This thing's all tied up at 10. It's another foul ball. Blue Devils with 1 run in the first, 3 in the fourth, 6th in the 7th for 10. The Greyhounds with 5 in the 5th and 5 in the 7th. Still batting here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. There's a ball at Bard. Bard's going to get it. Step on the bag. We're going to extra innings. We're all tied up at 10. Now let me explain the extra innings. The first game is a 7. The second game is a 9. But now that we're going extra innings in this game, it still can be over in the 8th. It doesn't make it a 9-inning game, but now the second game will just be a 7. So, extra innings tied at 10. We'll be back for the 8th. All right, number 35, Landon Winningham comes in relief for the Greyhounds. Brock Stewart is going to pinch hit for the Blue Devils. There's a fly ball into left field. That's going to be deep to the left fielder. That was way up there. Jeff Clark takes care of that for the first out of the inning. Now, let me be clear. It doesn't mean that this game becomes a 9-inning game. It just means in extra innings that the second game becomes a 7. So somebody could win it here in the 8th. There's a hit by pitch from Winningham, hit. So Buffington now will hit. I have who is hitting for who wrong right now, but we have at first base Stewart, Buffington at the plate. That's up high. There's a line drive headed into the corner into left field. Gonna come to third base and get first to third on the base hit by Buffington. That's gonna bring up Freeman. So 1 out, runners at first and second. One out, runners at first and third. Freeman with a ball down the left field line. That's going to be foul. So 10-10 here in the top of the 8th. One out, runners at the corners. That's a little bit high to Freeman. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils need 1 to take the lead here. We're in extras, top of the 8th. That was in the dirt, backhanded by Messenger. Swing and a miss of that pitch, so 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Freeman at the plate. There's a ball headed into the gap in left center. That's going to be an RBI base hit. So Palmer Hutchison scores on that sac fly by Freeman to put the Blue Devils up 11-10. So 11-10. Blue Devils lead. Going to give the intentional walk to Cole Dawson. to load the bases. Going to get a visit to the mound. When we come back, Bosserman will be at the plate. See if there's any changes made. The Blue Devils with an 11-10 run here in extra innings. It was a scheduled 7-inning game. Blue Devils lead. We'll be back. All right, the visit to the mound is over. Bosserman at the plate. He's had a base hit and out in the air 4 other times. There's hit by pitch for an RBI. That makes it 12-10. So that's going to bring up Bard. Bard has 2 doubles, 2 singles, 3 RBI, and a walk so far today. There's a strike right through there, outside part of the plate. Bases still full of Blue Devils. We're in the top of the 8th. It was a 7-inning scheduled game. Bases are loaded. 1 out. Nicely backhanded by Messenger to keep that ball from going all the way to the back of the screen. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Swing and a miss at that fastball. So Bard down in the count, 1-2. One and two the count on Bard. Foul ball backing out of play. We'll do the 1-2 again. Wingingham on the mound in relief. Visited with him on Thursday to get some of the pronunciations. I believe he did pitch in the second game. Here comes the 1-2 from Landon. There's a ball fouled back to the screen, so 1-2 count again. One ball, 2 strikes. Comes the pitch. That's in the dirt. Nicely blocked by Messenger. Two and two the count. In the dirt, got away. That's going to be a wild pitch, and Freeman will score on the wild pitch. Other runners will move up as well. That makes it 13-10. Thought that they might put Bard at first and intentionally go ahead and walk him, but they did not. Here comes the 2-2. There's a foul ball. So Bard has spoiled several 1-2 pitches. Two balls, two strikes. Blue Devils lead 13-10. We're here in the top of the 8th, but it is extra innings because it was a scheduled 7-inning game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners at second and third. There's a ball headed into the gap. That's going to score 1, actually 2. So Bard with a base hit to right field scores 2 more runs. So Bard continues to rack up. That's 5 more RBI today to go to his total in the conference. He's in the top 5. So that makes it 15-10. That's going to bring up Adams. He takes ball 1. Adams has a couple of doubles, one of them for an RBI, a strikeout, and 3 pop-outs. So this is his. He has 2 doubles for 2 RBI. His 7th at bat. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. We batted around in the 7th inning. Nicely blocked by the catcher Messenger. Two balls, 1 strike. There's a wild pitch, going to let Bard move up to second base. Three balls and a strike. Adams at the plate. He's the center fielder. It's inside, ball 4. So that's going to bring up Sanchez. One out, runners at the corners. There's a hit by pitch. It's going to load the bases. That's going to bring up Brock Stewart. That's in the dirt. 15-10 lead. Nice block there by Messenger. Want to know the count. There's a way foul ball, but way out there to left field, way out in front of that. There's a swing and a miss. Way fooled on that off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's up high. 2-2 the count. Winningham and the 2-2. Swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Hutchison. Hutchison's had a strikeout, a ground out, a pop out, a walk, and a hit by pitch. He's up there with the bases loaded. 2 outs now. Here in the top of the 8th. Squared to bunt. Fouls it back. Bases loaded, 2 outs, so base bunting for the hit. 0-1 the count now. It's inside. 1-1 the count on the third baseman, Palmer Hutchison. That's low and outside. Two and one the count. Palmer Hutchison at the plate. That's in the dirt. 3-1. So Winningham with the 3-1 count, risking of walking in another run. Blue Devils lead 15-10 here in the top of the 8th. There's a foul ball. So 3-2 the count now. Runners will be off with the pitch. That ball ricocheted back out onto the field of play. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And fouled it back. We'll have to do it again. So we'll do the 3-2 once more. Everybody back to their base. Winningham back to the mound. Hutchison back in the box. Swing and a miss. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Blue Devils lead by 5, 15-10. They need 3 outs to win this one. We'll be back. right to the bottom half of the 8th inning we go. See, I missed getting an opportunity to change this to the 8th inning.
Leading off the inning, number 10, Evan Long.
William Hahn will come in relief. He has a 4.6 ERA. He's from Olathe, Kansas, went to Olathe West High School. Long, Jones, and Stroth scheduled up for the Greyhounds. That just misses 4-1. Couple of these were pinch hitters. We'll see how that shakes out for the lineup for Coach Hill. There's a strike called, 1 strike. So Hahn in relief of Cachero, who took over for Carlgren. 1-1 the count. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. The Greyhounds need 5 to keep this thing going. There's a foul ball backing out of play. 1-2 the count. Blue Devils with 15 runs on 11 hits. The Greyhounds 10 runs on 10 hits. 1 error. Long had a 3-run home run. There's ball 2. He was called out on strikes, popped out to the first baseman, had a 3-run home run and a base hit to left. Swing and a miss for the first out of the inning. The important out right there. Now batting for Grant Jones. He pinch hit and was hit by a pitch. Actually, I believe he was the pinch runner. That's up high for ball 1. Nonetheless, Jones at the plate, 1-0 the count on him. There's a foul ball headed down the left field line. That's going to be out of play. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Blue Devils lead by 5 here in the bottom of the 8th. There's another foul ball. Scheduled 7-inning game. We're in extras. Blue Devils need 2 more outs. Greyhounds need 5 runs to keep this thing going. Comes the 1-2 by Hahn. It's high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. So Hahn with back-to-back strikeouts. If he could get another strikeout, just strike out the side to finish this thing. Now batting number 14, Jesse Moreno from Houston, Texas. There's a strike called. So the Greyhounds down to their last out. There's 2 outs, 0-1 the count. That misses for ball 1. Foul ball, so now the Greyhounds are down to their last strike for the time being. 1-2 the count. Hahn a strike away from striking out the side to end this thing. Way up high, ball one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the dirt, so 3-2 the count. Three and two the count. There's ball 4. Two outs, runner at first base.
Now batting, number 3,
Jake Skaggs, the center fielder, will step in. He's had a strikeout, a fly out, had an RBI on a fielder's choice, and a 2-run home run. He steps in with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Swing and a miss to that first pitch from Hahn. Oh and 1 the count. There's a high fly ball headed to left center. Going over to take a look at that, and a 2-run home run. So Skaggs with 2 2-run home runs today. It's going to make it 15-12. So still 2 outs, still a 3-run lead. Blue Devils still need an out to finish this thing. That makes it 15-12. It's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson has popped out, struck out, had an RBI base hit, and a base on balls. He'll step in with 2 outs. Blue Devils still with a 3-run lead. There's a strike right through there. Oh and 1 the count. There's a strike right through there, so quickly 0-2. So the Greyhounds back down to their last strike again. 2 outs, 0-2 the count. Still down by 3. The shortstop, Wilson, at the plate. Way up there, Buffington went up to get that one. Buffington in his normal half splits for wanting to keep the ball down and overthrew. Did Hahn. So 1-2 the count. There's a ball into shallow center field. That's going to bounce in front of Adams. He learned his lesson on the line drive. He just took that one off the hop. So a base hit to center field for Wilson. That's going to bring up Holt. Holt has a walk, a strikeout, and a base hit, and a hit by a pitch. He's up there with 2 outs, runner at first base. There's a foul ball backing out of play. That one hit up on top of our coverings over the top of us. The canopies over the top of us have made it a little bit cooler, but that one off those. There's another one. So down to their last strike again. 0-2 the count on Holt. Hahn trying to close this thing out. That's high and outside, 1-2 the count. Holt, the right fielder, up there. It's up high again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning action. It was a 7-inning scheduled game. There's a swing and a miss. Going to throw it down to first for the out. So the strikeout of Holt. And that finishes this one up. That's the final. The final score, 15-12. The Blue Devils take the third game of this 4-game set. We'll take about a 20-minute break. We'll get some changes made. We'll get the new lineups, and we'll be back with the second game. Hope the internet stays with us. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in about 20.